In the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful, all praise is due to our God, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful. Master, this day of judgment in which we now live. Good morning to my brothers and sisters. Wait till some of you guys chime in. Wait till some of you guys chime in. Wait till some of you guys chime in. Today's subject will be no justice in America. And I want to say this to you, my brothers and sisters, because today we are tired of this game playing. You know, America today, she has to do justice by us or just let us go. I said, America, she's in trouble. And I said, God is about to wipe this nation from the face of this earth. Now listen, I'm not crazy and I'm not drunk. But how long do you think that America that can do evil and not face this judgment and wrath of God? You see, they asked me today about the president morality. Well, how you feel about the president that's moral? I said, what kind of president today that we ever had that was moral? I said the founding fathers today were slaveholders. You see, when they raped black women and gave them babies, but you see, never of their own children. You know, when they have framed the Constitution, you know, there was never thinking today of sex as a high crime and misdemeanor. You know, when the president disgraced this overall office, and see, when they disgraced it, you know, when president, what he did with Monica Lewinsky, I said today there's murder was found in this overall office. You see, killing the kings and rulers, their nation and their governments was heads and outlaws and masters of assassinators. So when has this overall office ever been a moral place? So my words frighten you, then wait till I finish. You see, many of us today, we play with God. But you want God to be all loving and merciful. And yes, he loves us all right. But he kills people out of the same love. So you can put Hitler, Genghis Khan, Tabla Khan, and Tamerlane, and even Vladimir Putin. But notice that they never killed as many people as God. But God kills and destroys people out of his love for righteousness. And see, he hates us today when we refuse to bow down and submit ourselves for his mercy before it's this too late. And how many of us today have some good parents? You had a good mother or a good father who warned someone in the community, you know, warn a loved one and says, hey, Look, now, you're doing wrong. Now, please change from your misconduct. And then all of a sudden, you get that letter in the mail. And that you found out that they was dead. See, at least you can say, I tried all that I can. And the reason why the brother sing you that very sad song, because he done all that he can to warn you that death has now entered into America. You see, one disaster after another. And oh, my brothers and sisters, get a grip. What do you think this rain is? What do you think these winds is? See, what do you think the unusual rain, the unusual snow, the violent winds, the pestilence? You see, famine is here. And more famine is on its way. And Mickey D's won't be able to give your children that Happy Meal. And the Bible says you will look at your own fat children. Oh, my people, with all of the cruelty and carnage we see, and when our sister, Miss Taylor, was brutally murdered inside her home after she had that long day from work, you know, was no search warrants, no proper cause for them to enter into her home. You see, when I say your life don't mean anything to you, your life is not worthy today. And that's why David says, yes, Lord, I walk to this valley of shadow of death because I feel no evil, because the Lord are with me. Oh, my brothers and sisters, you see, with all of this carnage, see, we suffered. No matter who you had voted for, Republican, Democrat, you approach the Senate, vote for a Democrat or Republicans. But understand today, the die has always been set against us, you see. When she today got her feet set against 20 and 30 million blacks out of their native land and people from their God. But you see, there's detective and FBI. They are all here. But the gruesomeness, the savage acts is committed right between their eyes and ears. See, nothing don't mean anything when police brutality is at an ultimate rise. Now, how do we find a method and start practicing and having a solution? So you see, the die is always set today against us. See, don't give them no service till they can answer the question. Don't tell our people to fight your wars. You know, we fought Germany. See, we fought Pearl Harbor, and black people blood was shed throughout Pearl Harbor. You see, America never had nothing, but was found and discovered in 1492 under Christopher Columbus. They came and took this present country from the native Indians who had an independent claim called the country of America. And our fathers made a way when they built this country, made a way, made it suitable. So I think today we need to question these governments. You see, let's stop for a minute. Don't give them no servants so they can answer this question. Well, this don't tell our people to go join and fight your wars. See, when they took our 13 commandments, so are these laws of the Constitution guaranteed for you and me, for black, for a native Indian, for Hispanic, or even poor white people? I think now we need to come at a position to question our governments. So, do I really have these laws of Constitution? Well, in fact, I just don't have them at all. See, the enemy can put a little trick in his 13 commandments. However, he calls citizenship, but however, we've been convicted with the crimes. And now, today, you see, they're making it more easy to convict more black people with crimes, to rob them. So, you are trickily, deceitfully, demonically said that you gave us. But every time we try to exercise these rights that you say we have, you find a way to destroy it. Oh, my brothers and sisters, they gotta do better. You know, America almost have to do a marvelous thing, a square deal, to make it work. Because it takes today justice to make this work. And justice and freedom and equality will have to be on their hearts. But you see, it's not in their nature to do the right thing. You see, if they can do the right thing, God will prolong their time. God will put a great extension of time. And Jesus says, when you give a brother or sister or believer a drink of water and a good act, that act does not go without its rewarding. You see. So, my brothers and sisters, see, we can approach the Senate, yes, the White House. We can ask for justice, but we get injustice. See, today you have presented out in ignorance. So in a nutshell, you have not known your God. Because he tells you, in every sense they brand this Christianity and brought it here, and he tells you, now, I want you to listen carefully. Now, if you pray to to the prophet Jesus, he will hear you. Huh? Wait a minute. He says to you, if you pray to the prophet Jesus, he will hear you. As he's supposed to solve all your problems of today. And see, what did Moses says to you? In Exodus chapter 20, verse 1, he says, I'm the Lord your God. Now I brought you out of Egypt. Put no other gods before me. Hey, I want you to get this now. Because the enemy brings, well, Sam. You know, Sam is very articulate. See, when they made Obama and saw him in Pearl Harbor, see, you didn't see him, but they seen him. And they saw how articulate this old Obama was. You know what I mean? He's not like your Jesse Jacksons. He's not like a Al Sharpton, excuse me there. So what you think about this, brother? And see, when they bring in Sam, he said, well, Sam, I want you to get this now. See, if the enemy slap you on one side, turn the other. You see, if he takes your coat, now don't ask for it. See, you're supposed to love those that love you. But this enemy today, he doesn't love no one. He got the black preachers going up to some high mountain, to some valley, preaching what God hates. But they say that they are better than God. See, Jesus gave a description. He said these Pharisees, you see, they like to be greeted in the marketplace. They like to have the uppermost seats. You go to church today, don't you? They like to have these lengthy prayers out. They gotta be heard. Men's today that call themselves representatives, so-called God, are shameless men. They are sucking the hearts of God's people. These Decepticons you see in your churches are sucking the poor God's people. That's why these people don't want to grow. Because they don't want to grow up being like you. You know, Isaiah described them well. See, it didn't concern Jesus when they seen and looked at Jesus. Well, what's all this wisdom and knowledge? Isn't this the carpenter? What's all this learning? He haven't went to our schools. And see, brothers and sisters, the first thing they can do is to show you their letters. But Jesus had neither lessons was learned. Some of them can show you their MAD, their DD. And Isaiah the prophet says DD mean dogs. It's talking about preachers. Greedy dogs that never get enough. You see, he's whooping us. And I'm putting myself in it. But although I don't belong in it, but I'm going in it. to those that are comfortable, that are in it. But I'm trying to put us out of it. You know, I was foolish too. I never knew anything at one point. But this is the reason why God made me that He made, and pointed me that He had pointed, to be a true servant. And now a true servant will lay down their life. As a true friend will lay down his life for his servant. So I say this, old brothers, you look here in America, you been here, treated, kicked it, unwanted. He bitten you so many times. And you've been bitten so many times that God has to remove this sting from you being bitten. See, we are nothing but sheeps today amongst these savage wolves. And every wolf been taking a bite. Approach this house, yes, the White House, you look for justice, you get injustice. And I say, a police officer, he's nothing but patrolling, seeking who he might devour. So when you put on the red and white and blue, you vote for these Democrats, you vote for these Republicans, but you still see a little history always repeating itself. Police brutality on blacks, that had never slowed down. The lynching days in the South. And now I wanted to say this to my viewers now. Don't consider this being a hateful speech, because we keep it real here. If you come to this broadcast, we keep it real. We keep it real. And this is why the judgment is written on these government walls, because I'm trying to warn you. This is not this a mystery why the judgment is here. America is surrounded with the great judgment of God. And that is, you seeing rain and hail, snow and earthquakes and many other related plagues, fire, tsunami warnings. And this is going to be like an event of Pharaoh, where there was 9 signs that God brought to Moses and Aaron. You see, the thing what kills me is that they're going to hold on. They're going to hold on to their rule. To suddenly you see fire and brimstones, because it's going to be fire that's going to burn this country. And that's going to be a sign of a day of their ruling coming to an end. See, Pharaoh was arrogant. Pharaoh didn't want to even let go. He seen God working and God using an outstretched arm to divide the Red Sea. And the only way we're going to be divided is when God sent a tsunami to divide up continents. See, Pharaoh was drowned on the other side. So the question is, how much it's going to take? Because America, she will never become great again. Many of them will vote for their leader, which is Donald Trump. You know, the last man standing. Because the sad thing is, the Democrat, they're going to put their hope in the billionaire. While time is erupting. So it doesn't surprise me who's running the White House. See, the die will always be set. So before I leave, I think that black people should stand. And I think that my poor white people is tired. Because they suffering too, you see. So the question is, brothers and sisters, what do we do as American people? How do we initiate? How do we address these issues? Because when Obama was running, I was under no illusion that he would change black agenda. They saw this man Groove from Pearl Harbor. They seen him, but you didn't see him. And when I say he didn't have a dialogue, he wasn't like a Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton. But 97% black people, we voted for our brother. But I was under no illusion he would change. Matter of fact, you have to know this. Police brutality was on the rise. Just because we had a black man in office didn't mean anything. They was killing us by the number to show who run the show. Telling you that we still run this show. And see the statement that former President Trump made, saying I'll make America great again. Well, I want to say America will never become great again. See, America fits the description of the mystery of Babylon. You see, after 70 years of ancient Babylon, the Babylonian Empire was done. And that was your modern times. See, these are not these modern times. These is new times. See, the enemy don't get away in punishing the righteous. See, there is a price that America has to pay. Pharaoh in he has to give it up. And the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot, a righteous man, was distressed. And we seen what God turned that city upside down. We seen what he did. And the days and story of Noah, people was eating, drinking, and marrying, going on. To suddenly, the flood took place. You see, so shall it be with the coming of the Son of Man. See, when he comes, and when I say when he comes with thousands upon thousands, he's not coming to lay any instructions. He's not coming for no guidance. He's not coming for another teaching. See, whether you like this or not, every nation, no matter what day in the heaven on this earth, if you call this earth your heaven, then I just don't know, are you ready to be in heaven or ready for God to set you in heaven? But see, every knee will bow on the present day. Every knee will take a stand. Whether you like this or not, every knee will bow. And see, everyone will be sitting in the center as he comes through the four winds and the four corners of the earth. And great works is going to be great signs and wonders that will be taking place. And yes, you shall see the day of the coming of the Son of Man. This is a warning. This is a warning. I thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate every one of you. But share this. I'm gonna share this on my TikTok, my YouTube channel. But thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. You know, it's time for my Bible study. So want to thank all you guys, you know, being here. You guys more welcome to tune in to my Bible study. And the Bible study I'm going to get that going in 15 minutes. Till then, make sure you guys have a nice day. Keep God in your life. Peace. So long. I'm out.